Okay, how is everybody doing today? Well, I hope. Well, welcome to another session of Kitchen Table Blackjack. Today I'm going to play what they call the no bust method. Basically is when you get out your two cards, if you have 12 or better, meaning you can possibly bust, you stand no matter what. I find playing this a little bit that very few hands, relatively speaking, actually change the outcome of what would have happened anyways. So we're going to play a shoe of blackjack. I got me some new cards. So there's 6 decks in the shoe now. And so we're going to shuffle a little bit. We're going to put the cut card in there and we're going to go. I'm going to, on this piece of paper over here, I'm going to keep track of how many hands we played, how many hands would play differently, as in I stayed instead of hitting, and then of those ones that were played differently, how many would have had a different outcome. We'll see if that makes sense when we're done. Alright, let's give these a little shuffle here. New cards are slippery, so if I fling these all over trying to shuffle them, it'll just be funny, that's all. Alright, there we go. Let's cut it. Stick the stop shuffling card in here, right about yonder. So these shoes should now take a little bit longer to play because there's 2 more decks in there. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, we're going to burn that. I'm going to get my card over here. We're going to go wins and losses. The win means I would have won. I won when I would have lost, and the loss means I lost when I would have won. Okay, so here we go. Hand number 1. I'll keep the pen in my hand. Hopefully that'll help me remember. Okay, that's hand number 1. We're going to double that. Oh, I need my chips. Sorry about that. Again, we're going to start with 20 chips. And my bet's out. I'm doubling. Take me 1 card. 10. 21 for the dealer. I got a 20. So that hand was played normal. Hand number 2 will be played normal. Stand 19. Hand number 3. $17, so I'm going to stand. That'll be played normal. 18. Okay, so nothing so far. Hand number 4. I'm going to stand. Played normal. 17, 14, 22. Hope this comes out okay and doesn't get too crazy. Okay, 13, so I can bust. I would have stood anyways on the 5, so it's not played any different. 12, 22. There's a blackjack for me. 1 and a half. Oh, there's 2 hands I didn't count. We're back to even. I don't usually keep count of hands played, so I gotta add another. 14, I would normally hit that, so that's a hand that is played differently. Mark that down. I'm gonna stand. 16, 23. So we have to see what I would have gotten. I'd have got the 7, so that'd have been 21. The dealer would have gotten an 18, so I'd have won. Doesn't matter because I won anyway, so the outcome of the hand is not changed. Let's see if we can get into a rhythm here. 5, I can't bust, so I'm going to hit that. 8, I'm going to hit that. 17, I would normally stand anyways. 20, so now not played differently. Bet 2. 16 on an ace. I would normally hit that, so that's a hand that's played differently. I'm going to stand. 12, 14, 13, 23. So I would have hit, and I'd have got the 2. That'd have been 18. The dealer would have got 21. So that was played differently. I won, and I would have lost. So I won when I would have lost. $19, I want to stand. 14, 19. Push. Didn't chalk up my hand played. There's a hand played. 14 on a 10, I'm going to stand. So it's a hand that's played differently. 14, 24. Doesn't matter. I would have busted and lost. I stayed and I won. So there's a hand that I won that I would have lost. Stand. That's a hand. 16, 22. And was played normally. 9, I'm going to hit that no matter what. Actually, I'm going to double that now that I see what I have. 17, 19. 9, 19. That's a push. So that hand was played normally. Hand played. Another hand played. 20, I'm going to stand. 12, 20. Another push. 19, there's a hand played. I'm going to stand. 18. And was played no differently than normal. 16 on a 10, I'm going to stand. There's a hand that would play differently. Dealer's got 14, 21. I'd have busted and lost because I'd have got the 7. So the hand outcome is no different. $19, stand. 17, 20. $18, I'm going to stand. 11, 17. $13, hand that's played differently. I'm going to stand. Dealer's got 20. I would have gotten 16. I would have busted. So the outcome of the hand is no different. Okay. Another hand. 14 on a 9. I'm going to hit that. 14, I'm going to stand, although I normally would hit. So that's a hand that's played differently. 19, so I lost. I would have busted, so the outcome is no different. There's another hand played. I want to stand, normally would stand. 8, 10, 20. I would normally stand. 13, 16, 20. Dealer's on a bit of a streak here. There's a hand played. I'm going to stand. I would normally stand on the 6, 15, 18. $12 on a 6, I would stand anyways. There's a hand played. 8, 12, 21. $20 on a 10, 12, 13, 17. That was a hand played. Another hand played. 6, 6 on an ace. I would normally hit that, but I'm not. I'm going to stand. So there's a hand that would be played differently. 19. So I'd have hit that 12 and I'd have busted. Outcome would have been no different whatsoever. I'm getting my butt kicked over here though. 14 on a deuce, I would stand. 10, 18. Alright, I'm dipping into my winner stack here. There's a hand played. 2-2 on a 7. I'm going to hit that. So there's 11. I'm going to hit that. 21. 11, 13, 17. Taking the winners, replace what I took from there, and that is 4. 13 on a 10 I would normally hit. So there's a hand that's played differently. It'll show 16, 20. So I'd have had 17. The dealer would have had 18. Outcome of the hand is no different. 4. 13 on a 10, hit that. There's a 20, I'm going to stand. 20. That was a hand played. It was a push. 20 on a 17. Take my 4. Go to 5, replace that. That was a hand played. 12 on a 2, I'm going to hit that. Well, I can't hit because I would bust. So that's a hand that would be played differently. Dealer shows a 12, 22. So that's a hand that I won that I would have lost because I'd have busted and dealer would have won. 5 goes to 6. That was a hand played. 11 on a 5. I'm going to double that. There's a hand played. 11, 15, 25. That was a good one. That puts us back in the red. Alright. Alright, there we go. Back down to 1. There's a hand played. I'm going to stand, would normally stand. 9, 11, 15, 19. There's a hand played. I'm going to hit that. 8, I'm going to hit 18, I'm going to stand. 19. Nope, that goes to 1. 14, I would normally stand. 18. Aces, I'm going to split those. It shows 20, that's a loss, that's a win, it's a push. $13, I would normally stand. 11, 19. Hand played. 16, I would normally hit that, so that's a hand played differently. 11, 21. Outcome is no different because I would have busted. Hand played, I'm going to stand. 15, 25. Hand played, I would stand. 15, 25. 20, I would stand. It's a hand played. 10, 20. It's a push. Gotta be coming to the end of our shoe here soon. 19, I would stand. That's a hand played. 15, 18. That's That's a push. Unless that was a 19. I know. If I messed that up, I messed it up. I would double that. 3, 15, 16, 26. $13 on a 10, that's a hand played differently. I'm going to stand. 20. 13, 18, I'd have lost anyway, so the outcome is no different. This is the last hand. 16, I'm going to hit that. 17, I'm going to hit that. 14, I would normally hit that. For the hand that's played differently, I'm going to stand. 15, 25. And we won a hand we would have lost, because I would have busted and we'd have lost. Alright, so there's a shoe of blackjack playing the no bust rule. We played about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 42 hands. Probably a couple more than that. I'm sure I forgot to tick a couple. Of 42 hands, 12 were played differently than it would normally be played. And of those 12, only 4 changed the outcome of the hand, and they were all for the better. Not one time would I have won had I played normal that I lost, but 4 times I won when I would have lost had I been playing normal. I hope you understand that and it's not too confusing. So this, people don't recommend you play this. It seems kind of silly, but in a shoe of blackjack, let's see, what do we end up with here? We ended up plus 12.5 in a shoe of blackjack. So that's not too bad. It didn't lose us money. In fact, it made us 4 more wins than we'd have normally had. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too confusing. And we'll see you next time here on Kitchen Table Blackjack. You all have a good evening and be safe out there.